My name is Sarah, and I'm 29 years old. For a long time, I was the one keeping my family together, even though they didn't know it. I paid the rent, covered the bills, and made sure my little sister's school was paid for. I never told them because I didn't do it for thanks, I did it because I loved them. But love wasn't enough. One night, I came home tired from work. Before I could even put my bag down, my dad stood up from the couch, looking angry. My little sister, Emma, stood next to him, looking pleased with herself. "I can't believe you did this to us, Sarah," Dad said, his voice shaking. I frowned. "Did what?" Emma held up some papers. "Don't act innocent," she said, pretending to be sweet. "I found proof you've been stealing from Dad's account. Look, withdrawals you made without telling him." My heart pounded. What was she talking about? I never took money from Dad's account. In fact, I was the one putting money into it. "This isn't true," I said, reaching for the papers, but Dad pulled them away. "I don't want to hear it," he shouted. "You lied to us. Do you think we're stupid?" I looked at Emma, hoping she would admit she was lying, but she just smiled, a cruel, satisfied smile. She had planned this. "But, Dad, get out of my house," he yelled. "You're not welcome here anymore." I froze. Was this real? After everything I had done for them, he was kicking me out over a lie? Emma crossed her arms and sighed. "You heard him, Sarah, leave." I looked at my dad one last time, hoping he would realize his mistake, but his face was full of anger, no doubt, no regret. So I turned around, walked to the door, and left. They had no idea what they had just done. Because from that moment, I stopped paying for everything, and soon, they were going to learn the hard way. I stepped into the cold night, my heart racing. I had nowhere to go, but I wasn't scared. I wasn't sad. I was angry. As I walked down the street, I pulled out my phone. With a few taps, I canceled every payment I had been making: rent, electricity, water, internet, even Emma's school fees. They didn't want me? Fine, but they wouldn't get my help anymore. Let's see how long they last without me. I stayed at a friend's small apartment across town. Life felt strange, but for the first time in years, I felt free. No more bills, no more stress, no more feeling like a bank instead of a person. Then the text started. "Dad, Monday, 9:42 a.m. Sarah, we need to talk." I ignored it. "Emma, Monday, 1:15 p.m. Did you cancel the electricity bill? The power got cut off." Oh, so now they noticed. "Dad, Tuesday, 7:30 a.m. Sarah, what is going on? The landlord says the rent wasn't paid. Did you do something?" Oh, I did nothing. That was the problem, for them. By Wednesday, they started calling me. I let it go to voicemail. Thursday, Emma left an angry message. "Sarah, you're so selfish. You left and didn't think about how this would affect us. The school won't let me in because my tuition isn't paid. Dad is freaking out. You need to fix this now." I laughed. Me? Fix it? They didn't want me, but they still wanted my money. I was sipping coffee at my friend's place when my phone rang again. This time, it was Dad. For the first time, I answered. "Sarah," he said. His voice wasn't angry anymore, it was desperate. "We need to talk." "Oh, about what?" I asked. "Don't play games," he said, but he didn't sound strong anymore. "Emma got kicked out of school. The landlord is evicting us. The bills aren't paid. I didn't know you were the one paying for everything." I let the silence sit between us before I finally said, "Now you know." Dad took a deep breath. "Sarah, come home, let's talk." I smiled. Now, I had the power, but did I even want to go back? A few weeks ago, I would have said yes right away. I would have rushed back, eager to explain, desperate to be heard. But that version of me? She didn't exist anymore. I took a slow sip of my coffee. "Oh, so now you want to talk?" Dad sighed. "Sarah, don't do this. I didn't know the truth. If I had known." I cut him off. "But you never tried to find out, did you?" Silence. He had no answer. Good, let him sit with it. I never went back. I didn't even think about it. Instead, I focused on myself, my work, my peace, my future. Meanwhile, my dad and Emma were struggling. The landlord finally kicked them out. With no money, they had to stay with a distant relative. Emma, who used to act better than me, now had to find a job just to survive. No more fancy clothes, no more spoiled attitude. She was struggling. And Dad? He looked exhausted. One afternoon, I saw him at the grocery store. He wasn't buying steaks or his usual snacks, just instant noodles and canned food. He saw me and hesitated, then, he finally spoke. "Sarah." I raised an eyebrow. "Dad." He swallowed hard. The man who had thrown me out like garbage now looked like he was about to beg. "I just wanted to say, I was wrong. Emma lied. I should have trusted you." For a second, I almost felt bad for him. Almost. "I was your daughter too," I said, keeping my voice calm, "but you threw me away without a second thought." His eyes dropped. "I know." He wasn't here to argue, he was here to admit defeat. That night, I got another text from Dad. "Dad, 8:23 p.m. I know I don't deserve it, but if you ever decide to forgive me, the door is open for you." I stared at the message for a long time. Did I want revenge? Yes. Did I want them to suffer? A little. But more than anything, I just wanted to move on. So I did what gave me the most peace. I deleted the message. Then, I blocked his number. The past was behind me, and I was finally free. 1 year later, the sun shined through the windows of my new apartment, a place I paid for all on my own. It had been exactly 1 year since my father and Emma threw me out, 1 year since I took back control of my life. And honestly, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Without the weight of their bills, I saved money fast, I got a better job, invested smartly, and even started my own small business. Now, I had everything they thought I couldn't have without them: security, happiness, freedom. I smiled at my reflection in the mirror. I looked different now, stronger, more confident. I wasn't exhausted anymore. I wasn't treated like a servant in my own home. I was living for myself. I never reached out to my father or Emma, and they never reached out to me. But small towns talk. Dad was still struggling, living in a tiny apartment with barely enough money to get by. Emma couldn't keep a job. People saw through her now. No one believed her sob stories. They had tried asking old friends and family for help, but no one trusted them anymore. The truth had come out. And the best part? They never found someone else to take care of them. One afternoon, I was leaving a cafe when I saw Emma across the street. She stood at a bus stop, looking tired and bitter. She saw me too. For a moment, she hesitated. Was she going to apologize? Ask for help? I didn't wait to find out. I turned and walked away. I didn't need revenge. I had already won. Because I was happy. And they? They were stuck in the mess they created. They thought kicking me out was a victory. But it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because in the end, I didn't lose them. They lost me. And I never looked back. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more great stories. Don't forget to tap the notification bell, so you never miss an update. Share your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing from you. See you next time, and take care.